I don't want to curse it, but it looks like we're ready to go. And yeah, this is exciting. It's the first bit of Counter-Strike we've seen in some time, over a month, where we've just been sitting and waiting with nothing better to do. And finally, we are underway. Looks like we are going to see that Anubis map pick going in from FlyQuest, and then we've got FaZe Clan kicking things off on the T side here, the more favored side, of course, on Anubis. They've got the PT-50 for Karrigan, in fact, as we set up towards middle. The Julie's in towards the Darkroom. Dexter and Liaz patrolling middle.
Yeah, we'll see. Frozen, let's single bullet go there, just to make sure that you know, whoever is backing up, I think it was Alistair, taking a quick peek outside of the B bomb site. It's 3 in the middle with the bomb. Actually, it's about to be 4. Liaz here with Julie. He's probably going to get overwhelmed, and he will be. A trade 1-for-1 as Dexter shows up. He actually gets 2 banging headshots, but it's still, Henry leaves it in a 3 versus 3. It looks like they want to actually try and fall a little bit back. There's some chaos in there. What are they doing here on the FaZe side? They've lost the bomb now. This is madness.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. I'll be honest with you. It's all over the place. Robs has got some control of the A sides here, but trying to fend off the heaven position. You can see its ins being very calm, very controlled. At this point, Karrigan is trying to get the bomb down. It'd be one hell of a clutch. And oh my god, what a shot to kick things off. He had a chance there, Anders. That wasn't bad from the in-game leader. But the round certainly fell apart. It is going to be that troublesome start we kind of predicted there for FaZe. You can see they look a little bit confused as to what the hell went down there.
Yeah, a lot of confusion, in fact, looking around. You're right, that was a sick shot from Karrigan. That, I was instantly converted to a believer when I saw that. I was like, all right, let's go. But it didn't really last. I think this is where the trouble kind of starts in the middle, unfortunately, when I think FlyQuest had a couple of people pushed up towards the center of the map, but they kind of managed to drop the bomb there. And obviously, the element of surprise is kind of gone. You also ran into Dexter, who landed 2 great headshots. So I think for FaZe in that round, for it to be successful, they want to get into the middle as far as they can before the CT side realizes what's going on. And that just never really worked out. So a little bit unfortunate. Seeing a thumbs up from Karrigan, I'm hoping that's good news. You know, maybe a little bit of a mouse or a headset problem, but regardless, it is going to be FlyQuest to pick up the pistols. Great news.
Just what the doctor ordered. And bear in mind, yes, they got the bomb planted, and we used to say, oh, it's a guaranteed win now. But the lost bonus I got from planting the bombs gone from $800 to $600 now. Still pretty strong. It doesn't mean you can get 5 Galils across the board, though, Anders. You're going to be getting a couple of them, then some Mac 10s or Deagles. You can see it's kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They're not going to fully invest. They're going to buy a couple of Deagles here. So you're going to see an evolution in the meta, I suppose, as we've had a player break now. So most of the time, especially back in the start of CS2, you see the bomb be planted, everyone forced buying in that second round. But you can see them playing a bit more of the long game here.
I'll say this as well, for FlyQuest to win the pistol on the CT side, it's kind of important on this map. This could be a map that's sometimes very hard to put together those CT rounds. I feel like whenever another team wins on a map like Anubis, it comes down to having a good start to the CT side specifically. Hero, Galil pushing forward, but it's kind of been found, although Rain will connect. That's a Deagle headshot to take down Vex site. Maybe not the best start here. Dexter being put up to the testing. He kind of has to come up big on this one. Oh, shooting Karrigan into the back. That's how you do it. They'll go and pick up the Galil again, but still it's a 4 versus 4, so nicely done from Dexter.
Yeah, very well played. Uses the sound cue to his advantage. You can hear Karrigan trying to scramble away towards that mid hut, but it's back to a 4-on-4. Huge advantage here for FlyQuest. You can see a few players without Kevlar. It was a nice opening pick from Rain, but equalizing the playing field with Karrigan going down. He was the player that invested in the Galil and the Kevlar. For now, though, see if they can make further dents. It's going to be a nice reaction, though. Quite active play from FlyQuest. They hunt for a ton of information here. They've pushed 2 players out of A main. Rain already hit a nasty shot, but he's down to 12 points of health. Inspects the temple, but they're going to have to finish up towards A. You can see that certainly cognizant of that prospect is going to be ins to defend. The strongest player, FlyQuest, it has to be said, should be fine for at least 1 kill here, but now it gets a bit spicy. The bomb's going to be planted, and this round is possible now for FaZe.
Oh my god, Dexter's making absolutely sure it doesn't happen. More headshots, ringing through. He's absolutely deleted them. That was disgusting from Dexter, because you're not wrong. There was a real chance there for FaZe to pick it up once. It was a 3 versus 3, the bomb planted, but just like that, it's been turned around. That is magnificent.
Yeah, very well played. As I said, there was a chance, but nothing too scary though for FaZe. Like, sure that they could have won that round, but it was unlikely with the buy they had. They got the bomb planted again. They got a couple of kills. They'll have a nice strong buy going forward. This is all part of the plan. Like, sure, they would like to have converted that opening frag, but Dexter mowing them down with the FAMAS from the fountain position there. They got a ton of information pushing out towards A main, then falling back, reading the play towards middle. And sure, bomb down, but still, Dexter keeps it very comfortable. This round will not be there. That's going to be a brutal shot. Rob's flashing them in towards A main. Brokey converting the shot at ins. Will have to do something unbelievably good with the MP9. He's good for one, but it's going to be a 4 versus 2 and an absolute save at this stage. So, like I said, FaZe, sure, they had the advantages in the previous round and arguably could have won it, but the fact they got the bomb planted on what was it essentially an eco, they're in very good stead to win this round.
Yeah, to the point even where from FlyQuest's point of view, it makes more sense to just save what they got here. There's no retaking that A-bomb side, unfortunately, so a long time to be walking around, and yeah, they are being hunted, as we're seeing here already. A player that could be spotting them out, though Carrigan doesn't want to go too far. I kind of wanted to see him hunt there, but I guess it's early on. They want some money on the T side as well, so fair play to them. That was, I think, a nice attempt from Ins. I like the fact that he got the first shot with the MP9, then he actually turned for a flashbang, so he actually tried to not get flashed before the second kill was available, but it didn't work out for him, unfortunately. So, nice hit, and FaZe are on the board right away. They look pretty fired up. This doesn't look like the slow FaZe that we sometimes see.
No, the pistol was a little bit questionable, I suppose, but apart from that, it's looked pretty good here on out. So we'll see a nice opening frag there from Broke as he Rob's flashing them in, usually from that Rob position. And then Carrigan pincering in towards middle as well, cutting the defense in half on the A side of the map. And it's a convincing one. But that was essentially a set piece call from Spawn Anders. So that was, we'll flash you in A main and we'll have 3 players try and make their way through. It's not going to be sustainable for a ton of rounds. You'd expect something a bit more default going into this next one. We'll see what Dexter's got up his sleeve. He's going to be peeking towards the window potentially, or just pushing towards top of middle. Great flash for better shot. Nice reaction from Frozen. Keeps it back to a 4-4 and a favor towards FaZe.
Be lacking a little bit on that CT side as well, with just the MP9 playing at the moment on Ins, so a little bit subdued. We'll see if he can make some good work with it here. They're going to be flashing through. I do kind of like this. That's actually a sick move. Through the smoke, trying to be aggressive on the CT side. Love everything about it. Smoking it off afterwards. They don't get the kill that they wanted, and it does cost them a lot of grenades to try and do that kind of a move, so in that sense, they're going to wish they had some of those left. About a minute on the clock here, and the bomb is leaned towards the A side, but not necessarily committed yet. And I think FlyQuest are actually very active now. 3 in the middle as they want to hunt for a kill. They want to get it back. I like this idea, but they're running right into Frozen. One of the strongest players you could run into in a position like that. He's going to get a double kill. And Vexside and Liaz are left 2 versus 3.
Yeah, Frozen's done very well to find 2 kills. Speaking of which, Liaz, another opportunity to strike back. He's good for 1, Anders, but it's going to be Vexside. Thrusted into the clutch now. Smoked off towards heaven. And I'll be saying its prayers. He's only got the Galil, but he has got an Incendiary, an HE, and tons of skill. But there's Robs. Down to your peril. There's his opening couple of frags into this game. That is a significant round now. Well hold from Frozen especially. We can see lots of reactive plays coming from FlyQuest here. Whenever they feel like they don't have a good read on the situation, they are grouping up and trying to find information, but a lot more than they bargained for in towards middle. It's a nice opening gambit as well with Dexter pushing towards middle. Great flashbang. Like we said, Frozen getting that double kill. Pretty much secured the round there. Liaz did well to get 1, but so much trade potential here, and Rops to close things out with a nice, clean kill in towards the bricks position. So that's going to be the eco now for FlyQuest, almost certainly. Maybe a little partial buy. Not even that. They've just got USPs across the board with the loss bonus accumulating, so just going to take a mid-stack here. See a lot of teams give this one a go. Let's flash through. Hope for the best. They've actually flashed each other. Hasn't really worked out too well for them.
Well, this is where the trouble begins, right? Like, this is what happens on CT side. They're going to be low on money for a long while here. I mean, FlyQuest, honestly, I think if they can get up to 4 rounds in this first half, I think that's enough. That's when you start to say, all right, at least they have a chance in the second half. But it is going to be very, very hard to put that together. And FaZe, again, I've got to say, we're used to them slow at the start of tournaments, you know, a little bit cold out of the breaks, but They don't look anything like that. They do look absolutely fired up here. So it's a bit scary, I must be honest. Brokey, good shot there. The USPs are going to return a little bit, but it's just a shooting gallery here. They're just taking turns and taking shots down there towards CT spawn. And they'll pick up the round with relative ease here. So it's pretty much a fantastic start here. FaZe, I mean, even though they lost the pistol, they are kind of right back on track.
Yeah, they're absolutely in the driving seat now. Yeah, the pistol going against them hasn't really affected them too much. That's going to be 3 in a row, but that was the full eco from the Aussies. So not too alarming for them yet either.
What do you say, Henry? What's an acceptable amount of rounds here for FlyQuest? If they're going to cause the upset and win the first round of the first map here, how many rounds do they need on the first on the CT side?
I would say like 4 is a bare minimum. 5 is a pretty decent half. Anything above that, you've done very well against the likes of FaZe Clan. But they've got the pistol. They've already got 2 to their belt. I would say 4 is probably realistic. We'll see what the first round has in store. And I'm sure the Alistair AWP will be coming out now as well. He can probably just about afford it. That's why they're taking the tactical timeout to work out whether it's worth it, if that's going to be what they need to get themselves back in the driving seat here on the CT side. It is a very T-sided map, especially if you're going against more firepower, the likes of Rops and Frozen. You got Rops lurking in towards that A site over and over again. You got Frozen just beating you down towards middle. And we'll see if Brokey wants to bring out his AWP as well. You don't necessarily need to on the T side, but Alistair will certainly be considering his option here as we get ready for the next round. First tactical pause. Bear in mind, we've got the A-stream going on as well. We've got G2 taking on Mongols there. Let's check in with the score line there, see what's going down. It's actually G2 up 5-1, Anders, if you can believe that.
Okay. That's good news, right? Got a brand new lineup. Everyone has a lot of questions about it. You kind of start well, although it's early days. I guess it can still blow up for them, but yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Curious to see what is going to be the plan here for FlyQuest to get back into it, because I guess either they trust in their default kind of setup, Henry, and they just, you know, they hope that their CT defense is going to be good enough, or you start taking risks and you start taking them early on, and you say, okay, let's you know, stack 4 people middle and push towards the T side. Like, let's do something crazy that they're not ready for. So I'm really interested to see if the Aussie boys are going to be keeping it cool and sort of trusting what they practiced, or if they'll throw the playbook a little bit out the window and maybe do something a little bit wild. It still looks like it's pretty mainstream here. 3 at B at the start, 2 towards A, where one of them is also holding middle, which is Dexter here. He can kind of swing right into A if he needs to. So yeah, pretty standard stuff so far.
Oh, backside just on the edge of the flames there. Very defensive position for Dexter as well. He doesn't want to commit too much to that fight. He's got a smoke in reserve. The idea he wants to get spotted, try and get one quick kill. Brokey waiting for him there. Gets the dink, and that was the quick kill he's trying to get there, I'm afraid. And in we go, popping the smoke in towards the connector. In's got a lot of work to do here, Anders.
Yeah, well, that's the problem when you're playing essentially for the A-bomb side. One of them dies. Oh, they're actually not even going for the A-bomb side. They could have swung right on in, and probably they would have won that. It would have been a 1 versus 5 fight. But instead, they've taken the back route to the B-bomb side, and they actually could walk into a bit of a strange crossfire here. I can't believe it, but there is actually a way. Alistair and Vexside could set up a bit of a crossfire, and they might not be expecting it. We're down to 35 seconds. It's still a very good round for FaZe, but Molotov to slow them down. Alistair shooting Carrigan in the back just as he would take the fight, and that's that crossfire I was talking about. Vexside gets another kill. It's kind of falling apart at the seams here. What's happening? FaZe, no bomb plant yet. They're finally going to get a Molotov down. I think they finally realized what was going on, but it's another loss. Brokey is dead, and just like that, FlyQuest have picked up the round. Unbelievably so.
Oh, my days. It's going to be FaZe Clan not covering the real key choke points. They just assumed the B main would be clear. It's very well played from Alistair. Like you said, they got a bit of little bit of information they could be going towards B. That kill there from Defcan, they might be going in towards B. Alistair set himself up and patiently waits for his teammates to take the aggro from the CT spawn area. As soon as they do that, he starts denying the bomb, and they can see the round falls apart at the seams there for FaZe Clan. They get a little bit overwhelmed. I think they just smoked themselves out towards middle as well. That looked like a T-side smoke. Yeah, they smoked off T-spawn, Anders. So everything's going wrong right now for FaZe. They just tried to smoke towards window in middle and actually smoked themselves out. So frustrating times here.
Yeah, well, like we've both been saying, you get about 4 rounds on the CT side. you're at least in competition for this, it becomes interesting. So getting one of those rounds that they should not have won. That was a 5 versus 3, that last one. And now the spray here. Pretty good for Ince at the start, but Robson Frozen getting back into it, walking straight for the smoke with no worries. Oh, I'd say that, but Dexter gets one, and it's another round for the Aussies. How has this happened? It looks like FaZe are in great positions, but those are the 4 rounds. There's no bomb plant, Henry, and FaZe don't have money. Oh, dear.
Oh, this is massive now. FlyQuest winning a slightly jammy round. The one previous FaZe with massive list of errors, but that one was solid. FlyQuest absolutely shutting down that B bomb site. Some nice long-range sprays, some ins, a ton of damage inflicted towards B main, popping those smokes open, strong crossfires, and you can hear the roars inside the studio. FlyQuest are on their feet now. They're high flying, they're feeling good. As now it's just a Desert Eagle, barely even a partial buy. And now without an in-game leader as well, as Carrigan is removed early on. Nice opening frag from Dexter, his rival. And yeah, doesn't look like they'll be doing much here. As I say that, Frozen does get an opening kill on the T side at least. 4-4. Backside, don't have to worry too much about the utility here. It's just about Rain trying to sneak through potentially.
Yeah, he'll try. He'll be denied as well. Eagle kills. I've missed those. I feel like in the current sort of version of CS2, they're back again. But, you know, before the break, there was definitely a time where it was a lot. It seemed like it was a lot harder to hit them. People just didn't try. I don't know, but it seems like they're kind of back in style again. So I'm happy with that. Rops, maybe less happy at the moment. Just 1 versus 4 here. The bomb is in front of him, but it's a mile to get to the bomb site. And it'll be Dexter to take him down. All right, that's a round that they should be winning. But you know what? They're doing absolutely amazing work right now. FlyQuest. This is how upsets begin. They're not through yet. We're not going to start celebrating on their behalf just yet, but this is how it starts typically.
Yeah, a few fumbled rounds from the favored team, and then all of a sudden momentum starts to gather, and yeah, things can get very uncomfortable for FaZe very quickly. That's the 5 rounds on the CT side. This is already an excellent half. FaZe will have the weaponry once again, but Vexai will take the challenge. He's actually sat towards jail. Brokey will be flashing again towards A main. Beats the nade, but Incendiary will land at his front door, and Dex will be called over to rotate as well. So just going to reset the rounds here. Our FaZe, another great little excursion towards B main this time. It's Vexai flashed in by Liads. They've got an opening frag, taking down Frozen this time. They are looking razor sharp right now on the FlyQuest side.
Yeah, they really are. What a delight. And it wasn't easy either, even though they won the pistol, right? FaZe were kind of right back in, looked pretty sharp almost immediately, so it wasn't the case that that they just got here by showing up to a weak FaZe clan. Definitely not the case at the moment. But what are we seeing? 5 versus 3, under a minute on the clock here. And Carrigan outside of the B bomb site, everyone is going to join him. So it'll be this looks like a very one-dimensional attack, Henry. There's nobody in the middle, so they're just going to try and flood through and see if they can overpower the defense.
And the rotations are coming through as well. It looks like FlyQuest have got their number. FaZe in a 5 versus 4. The execution begins here, but the spray through the smoke has been pretty brutal so far for the Australians. They haven't lost any damage here whatsoever, so a flashbang over, and the execution comes through. 30 seconds on the clock. Vexai will continue to frag here. Gets himself a couple more as Dexter continues the massacre here on the B bomb side. Job done. Clean sweep for FlyQuest. They are looking so good, Anders.
It's beautiful. I was not expecting it. We said at the start, probably both of us were expecting like a 2-0 here for FaZe. But in our hearts, obviously, you want to see the upset for the underdog. And we've already gone through the format. And if it keeps going like this, and if FaZe can't sort of recover here, it's down to the resurrection stage. It's down to the best of ones and potential elimination. So this is so important right here.
They're looking so clean on the CT side. The crossfires are brutal. And as you said, it's pretty one-dimensional. They're known to be quite a chaotic team, FaZe Clan, but they lose that opening frag. They've got no positional control on the map. What can you really do? You can't let your players off the leash. Can't really do much about that, so you got to go for this execution, and they didn't really break through the initial choke point there. So that is an unfortunate campaign in towards the B bomb side from FaZe, but very strong hold from FlyQuest. They go 6-3. And in terms of the money, it's not looking too good. We've got P250s, Desert Eagles, and our old friend, the Tech 9. They've got the smokes, so Anders. They've got flashes Molotovs, and looks like they're setting up a little bit of a play towards middle here. Dexter to smoke them off. Makes things a lot more comfortable. You can pop that smoke open, but still difficult to deal with.
You've got to give it a shot, right? You've got to try to see if you can make your way through. Carrigan running in first. It's actually not the Tech9 that's leading it, but it doesn't matter. It might be second in line, but it's going to get the first kill anyway as Rain picks up Dexter. 4 versus 5 here. In speed behind this one, but they're slowing it down so well on the CT side. That's the kind of round that actually can be dangerous, and maybe it still is. Frozen. Oh, he's going to get one more! How did they break through? Frozen! He's blown up the defense on the A side, and now Vexite, he's coming through on a bit of a flank, but he's got no teammates left alive. Has Frozen just found the cure to get FaZe back into this?
Yeah, Alistair had to hit that second shot. They were doing well with those crossfires once again, but Vexai, he's in a very difficult spot around this. He'll throw the incendiary in towards heaven, but with the bomb planted in a pretty difficult spot, they'll probably take him down before he even gets close to it. They're starting to panic somewhat. They seem to know he's off the bomb, though, and that's going to be a great opening kill. Is there anything he can do with this? The HE's not going to help him out too much. The flashbang might. Knives are coming out. Oh, no, it's going to be another round for FlyQuest, with Vexai getting the knife kill at the end as well. Oh, just when it looked that they'd broken through, Frozen has a miracle round, a missed shot from Alistair. You thought they've done enough, but no, they get knifed instead.
Oh, we got more ingredients for the upset, don't we? This is the tilt. This is where you think that's it. Like, Frozen gave us the round. It was over and done with. Oh, I cannot believe it. FlyQuest 7-3, and we're moving into round number 11, nearing the end of the half here. 2 more rounds left to play, and FaZe need the last 2. I think 7-5 is not a good scoreline for them. A little boost here. Try and go aggressive. It's Frozen on the other side. Is he going to be quick on the trigger, or is the scope? Ooh, they don't even go forward. I thought they were going to keep going. A little bit of a jump there. Just a love tap coming out from Frozen on the other side, but it's all hands on deck here for FaZe. They need to start waking up.
Let's see what Carrigan can do. Trying to make something happen in towards middle. Liaz rejoining Dexter in this position, but it's going to be Brokey trying to fight back, but Liaz is way too strong for them. A 4 versus 2 advantage. Active on the map as well, allowing them to push out of B main. It's going to be Vexite getting a ton of information. He might even find the bomb. Robs has no idea this possibility right now. They don't have much to work with whatsoever. A minute on the clock. A couple more rounds left to go. That's an easy kill for Vexite. Doesn't have to commit to this one, but it looks like he wants to fight all the same. Going against Robs here as well. It's brave. It's audacious, and he gives himself up. And now, glad to say they almost lose the round, but still well handled. Maybe reel that one in, boys. Against Robs in a 4 versus 1, you don't want to be giving them those fights.
Yeah, I would say that's probably true. Like, might be better to just leave it alone and let him play for time instead. But you know, they went for him. They're feeling fired up. They had enough money to throw away some of those rifles, so they're going to be fine going into the 12th round, the last of the half. And I'm seeing 3 rounds on the FaZe side. Man,
and a UMP to try and close things out for Frozen.
Oh, you're right.
Is this really where that's going to be the weapon that saves the day? I'm not so sure, Anders, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. Vexai. They have looked so brave. I'm not sure this one's going to work out for him unless he's going to get swung on by a couple of players. The fact he even gets one in a compromised position is impressive. Every single player on FlyQuest has had their moments, but has to be said, Vexai and Dexter sealing the show. Vexai is going to finish his half on 15 kills. Dexter can still beat him here. Alistair's been a little bit quieter, a couple of misses. 4 kills to his name, but if he can save the day in this particular round, all will be forgiven. Carrigan just gives himself up for free, and we've got a 4 versus 3. And do they just have to finish in towards A? Time will tell. Ends feeling the heat.
Oh, but he's in a great position right here. Oh, but the spray's not quite working out for him. He might have been. Oh, but the flashbang and the angle of that spray just never really got the job done. There would have been a potential for a double kill spray down there, but it didn't work out. Now, Frozen's holding this angle. He's got just the Galil, so got to be a little bit careful about taking some of those early fights, or if I say that, but Brokey instead with the AK, he'll get the job done. It's Robs to get the last one, and it will be an 8-4 at the end of the half. It's great news for FlyQuest, and we've got to say, they are looking very, very good at the moment.
They really are. That is not what I expected whatsoever. They won the pistol, and he thought, okay, that's absolutely par for the course. FaZe do struggle these sort of rounds, but just the way they started winning and winning and finding these great crossfires, calculated aggression, and just great synergy overall. Couldn't really say the same for FaZe. Once they lost that 5-on-2 round and towards the B bomb site, it felt like the wheels somewhat fell off. But ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be 8-4. Can FaZe bring it back? We'll find out after the break.
No way above average. Obstacles don't stand a chance against me.
Welcome back to EWC, the Esports World Cup. The first day here, the CS2 Championships, and the first game between FaZe and FlyQuest. And now, Anders, we didn't want it to happen. No one wanted to see it, but it's another slow start for FaZe here in the opening game, the opening half of a very important matchup here. It has to be said, though, I'm not really sure it's them looking weak or FlyQuest looking incredibly strong. They looked like a well-refined unit, like everything was going in their favor. Great aggressive maneuvers here. You got Dexter stepping up, Vexai having a great game as well, and it just looked like a great team effort, to be honest with you.
It did, and I think it's probably somewhere in the middle. I think you're right. Like it looked like maybe it could have been a hot start for FaZe, but they lost grip of it at some point fairly early on. But also, FlyQuest don't want to take anything away from them. Great display of skill in the first half there. Vexite, like you said, Dexter as well. They've been spending some time. They've been warming up here. It's on FaZe to show that they can do differently here in the second half. And I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on them. Can they make it back and win the map still? Yeah, it could be done. But I reckon right now FlyQuest have a great shot at taking this one early on. And, I mean, I think they picked it as well. So I guess that's good news if they're winning their own map pick. But yeah, it's also probably a requirement because I think Nuke is the second map, and that's not going to get any easier there. So, we'll FaZe, we'll see if they can win the pistol. If they can, I think this game is on once again, but if FlyQuest win this pistol round, I don't know. It's getting a little bit rough on FaZe, isn't it?
We've got a 5-man execution coming in from FlyQuest, involving 2 Molotovs. We're seeing most teams Molotov towards Heaven and Bricks right now, then using the smoke towards Camera and Post Plant. We'll see if that comes through. Obviously, a lot of different variations. Rops, as mentioned, he might get Molotoved off instead of smoke. So he has a smoke for Camera. I believe it is going to be the setup I mentioned. So let's have a look. It's just designed to flush them out. Carrigan's ready for those Molotovs to come through. It is the meta execution on the pistol. It's known to be very strong, and Vexite cracks open the side with a Glock headshot.
Oh, nice movement from Liaz. They're actually ready to swing, but there is a CT behind him. Oh my god! How did Vexite get that kill? He 180'd and blew up Frozen. I want the replay. I have to see that. I thought for sure he was going to be dead, but that was incredible. And that's how they win the pistol, Henry. Now, FaZe are in trouble.
They really are. Yeah, they barely got anything done there whatsoever. You could see those key positions. Molotov out. It's towards Heaven and the Bricks position. You've got Camera smoked off. So that means you've got 20 seconds of a very powerful smoke there while you deal with the initial fights. And you can see they dealt with them with style and grace. That was absolutely fantastic from FlyQuest. And we are going to see the full investment from FaZe as well. This is actually kind of crazy, Anders. If they lose this round, it's going to be 10-4. Then they have to eco. So presumably 11-4 after that. So this is a lot of pressure for FaZe to try and step up and round number 14. They've gone for Desert Eagles and 5-7s here. It's going to be a quick B finish from FlyQuest. Their executions have been impressive so far. Molotov's down. Smokes smothering the bomb site here, but it's going to be Rain to open things up. Looking for the double. Can't quite find it. There's considerable damage towards Liaz. That's all he finds right now. Carrigan coming in on the rotation. The 5-7 doing a lot of work here. It might be a bit of a resurrection from the in-game leader as he finds himself a hat trick as he gets the AK-47 in his hands. It looks like FaZe will live to fight another day as they will have a convincing second round 4-spy victory.
Don't do it to us, FlyQuest. Like winning that pistol, that's almost securing the map. You're almost there. But giving it back in the second round already, that sparks a doubt in my mind. That makes you think, all right, well, wait a minute. FaZe, are they still alive over on that side? Is Carrigan kind of stepping it up in a critical round, which he does so often?
That's true. That might be the most important round of the game so far. Time will tell, Anders, but they definitely needed that one desperately. It's pretty convincing finish as well. FaZe get a direct injection of cash. A nice grenade to kick things off here, and it should be Carrigan finding a couple more. Now, he'll live up to expectations. He finds 2 kills. Robs will follow things up with the M4A4, and that should be round. Nothing is guaranteed. The level has been a little bit sloppy from FaZe especially. You can see the kind of getting the ring rust off, but as Brokey should be securing the round here with Rain. And
nice.
There it is. They fend off the 4-spy themselves. So arguably that's better than winning the pistol.
Well,
winning the second round 4-spy, then shutting down their 4-spy in response. Yeah, they should be in a decent position now, FaZe, that is.
Guess, if you've been watching FaZe for a while, this might not come as a surprise to you, but Carrigan is the player on the team that's involved in most of the opening kills when it's sort of full buy versus full buy. By quite a margin, so like about 30% of the time, it's opening kill attempts for Carrigan. That's pretty sick. And I mean, again, like he's one of those players, probably the one you want to throw in to try and fight early on. This time it's Rain. He's got Brokey with him, so SMGs and rifles, and Carrigan would have loved one. He actually jumped into the grenade to catch the kill. That's how much you wanted the eco frags.
Yeah, he wanted to use the bayonet there.
You're right. We need that. Future upgrade for Counter-Strike, potentially, but it works out for them. What's your take, Henry? What do you think? Did FlyQuest run out of power in that round? Is this it? Is FaZe back, and are they going to steal it away anyway?
It definitely makes things a lot more complicated. It would have been almost a done deal if they didn't just go for that force or that execution towards the B site very early onto the round. They didn't really feel it out. They didn't bait out what kind of stack they're up against. They got backstabs, and it suggests they didn't really have control of the map. So a bit of a blunder in terms of the call, perhaps, but definitely not over. They still have a 9-7 lead here, but this is where FaZe now start to bring themselves back to life, resuscitate themselves. We've seen it so many times before. The rough FaZe star in the opening game of a tournament. It happens so often, but they always seem to land on their feet. And wow, Dexter, it's a nice shot to open things up. And now it looks like the FlyQuest boys are back online. They're going to see themselves getting 3 kills. And not a disastrous round, bit of a bonus situation for FaZe. They had residual MP9s. They hadn't got the AWP out yet. They've still got a ton of cash. It's a nice round for FlyQuest. We'll find in double digits here. But still a lot of work to be done to break down the financial wall FaZe have erected here. But bomb to be planted as Rops and Brokey would look to save the little they have, an M4 and an MP9. So Brokey ideally wants to try and find a rifle here. He might as well go on the hunt. He's got plenty of money for his AWP in the next round.
Yeah, you're right. Steal that AK away if you can. That's huge on the CT side if you can get it. But for FlyQuest, it's more good news. Yeah, there's one in the middle right there. It's tempting to go try to pick it up. But yeah, 10-7 scoreline. That's a 3-round lead. I think this is huge news. I was worried that FaZe were going to go on just a massive win streak to try and get through. But it looks like they've actually found a way here, FlyQuest, to stave that off a little bit. Dexter thinking about it. Probably not worth doing too much here. Brokey. Oh, he's trying to see if he can steal it. I think he might have been able to, but the grenade might have also blown it away. It's a big question there.
If they did that intentionally, that's kind of insane. I'm not sure if he even grabbed it. But here's Liaz getting the job done outside the B bomb site. Gets himself 3 in total that round. And we'll see. Like I said, Brokey will bring out the AWP almost certainly here. And Carrigan looks like he's been given the MP9. So this is where Brokey can really show us what he's made of. Considered to be a top 3 AWPer in the world right now, depending on who you ask. But I think that's fair. He'll be working with Rops here towards A main. Setting himself up on the coffee beans. And going to be falling back with no initial interaction now.
Yeah, an incredibly lethal player. So much fun to watch. We'll see if he gets a chance to display some of his skill here on the stage. Here on day 1, the EWC. It's frozen, already tagged up a fair bit there. He's in a position that, again, can get Molotov'd, and you know, you could get put under some pressure here. They are playing 3 on B. It's a very similar setup from what we saw from FlyQuest on the CT side. A lot of the rounds, just a 1 player that's mid-A, and then that's kind of the default setup here for the CT side. We'll see if it's going to be working out for them or not. We're under a minute now. Still plenty of grenades left for FlyQuest to make up their mind. And from the way the bomb is leaning, you have to think this is going to be a B finish.
Oh. You'd think so. Backside, an awkward interaction. Rain sitting the smoke. Surely doesn't get 2, does he? Coming down to 1 HP, and Alistair is found out in the end. Inns will at least swing 1 kill back in their favor, but it's going to be a 4-on-2 once again. 30 seconds remain. Inns just doesn't anticipate frozen towards dark. A stifling round there for the Aussies. He couldn't break through, couldn't really find the map control they were looking for there. Objective, usually, before you can execute towards Bs, you do need that dark control. You need someone forced out of the room. They just couldn't break through. Rain getting 2 here. Is absolutely criminal. Inns will have to come and pick up the pieces, but it felt that the round was already over. And there's that Brokey AWP, not having to do too much there to close out the round. We go 10-8, but the money's still pretty decent here. Dexter still on 15 kills. He had that amazing first half where he got 15, but
True.
We'll give him some time. We'll see wherever he can start to warm up into the second half. He'll be pushing in towards middle. Right, he's going to be greeted by Carrigan once again. The in-game leaders lock horns. And there it is. There's his first frag. It's a big one. Rob's only good for 1 as well. Brokey is going to be surrounded here, but ready for the challenge.
Yeah, had his back turned to the main entrance of A there, but somehow didn't get the shot. I thought they were going to run up right behind him. Now he's ready for another engagement, and again, he's lightning quick. You just can't face that, can you? You need flashbangs. You need somebody to get rid of that angle. Oh. He's going to get 1 more. Alistair goes down this time, and he's had a very rough game. 5-11 for Alistair, so not his time to shine at the moment. Lias got a minute here for the 1 versus 3, walking right through the smoke. It's a great headshot to begin with, but that's all it's going to be. FaZe clawing their way back into this game. And notoriously, like we said, There's a couple of things. I mean, we talked about how they could be slow to start, but the other thing about FaZe is they're really hard to win against. Like, even if you have massive leads against FaZe, sometimes you just can't put them away. And maybe FlyQuest is starting to experience a little bit of that too. Just, now 10-9.
Yeah, it's true, Anders. They'll be absolutely gutted if they give this one up. It's been such a great showing from them, but you can see the wheels starting to fall off now. No bombs being planted. Convincing kills. Brokey starting to have some heavy impact there. AWP as well. And so we've got a tactical timeout here. They can feel this one slipping out of their grasp. That's an opening frag there for FlyQuest as well. Couldn't quite puncture the A bomb side defense. Brokey, like you said, is back turned to multiple choke points. They couldn't get the timing. He ends up getting 3 kills in total. As we will see them try and recalibrate here. I'm imagining the money's pretty low. Oh, yeah, you can say that again. So, not even a partial buy. This one's a bit of an eco. Looks like they're going to try and nade towards, I guess, towards middle, but looks things here. But not going to do too much. Nice idea, but no one home to receive.
Very good chance right now to tie up the game, get
Rain,
a little bit of momentum going their way.
Oh, the scary one. He gets himself a rough corner. There's absolute nuke of a grenade there from Robs.
Yeah, just as they were about to fight. They get a couple of kills in return, but that's kind of all it'll be. Still a good cleanup here for FaZe. They'll take the round. They'll tie up the game. What's your sense, Henry? What is your years of experience telling us? Who's winning this one now?
I feel like, as you mentioned before, it's just everything's going by the script here, Anders. It's the slow start from FaZe, the false hope of FlyQuest. They had some great rounds. The boys were fired up. But slowly but surely, the noose starts to tighten around their neck. This FaZe clan just need to win one of those rounds. That second round force buy was all they needed. Alleviated so much pressure. And here they are, looking like they're the favored team here, starting to get into their zone. Let's see a nice flashbang from Alistair. We'll see if that's going to be enough to take down Robs. It's actually perfect, but there's Brokey there once again to work with him. Smoked off, and Rain being active as ever. Drops down the smoke. They might try and focus towards B main now. After losing that canal control, they might try and push in. Need a rotation at the very least. You can see Carrigan spotted, but he deals with the incendiary. A lot of utility flying around the map right now.
Yeah, 4 versus 4.
Okay, they've got that dark control for the first time. They haven't really been able to get control of that key position on the map. Now they can execute towards B. This is where it makes sense.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because you can throw some flashbangs over the wall.
Got flashes, that's about it. So say execute with bated breath.
Yeah, but still, I mean, once you have dark, like you're a lot closer to at least capitalizing on those flashbangs. No flashes thrown here, and backside goes down. Rain with a big double, and it might be falling apart. This is terrible news. Pushing out of the A bomb side is Carrigan, so if they don't execute and find this now, Carrigan is going to show up and shoot them in the back in a couple of seconds here. Rain just cannot be stopped. 3 kills in the round, and it's Alistair just walking away here. You said at the start he can be an emotional player, and when he plays well, it's sick, and it can really work out, but been a bit of a rough beginning for him. Rain, we'll just forget. No one watched that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so unfortunate we're on his POV when he's throwing up. I think Alistair, I was about to say, might be done for here. Cracking shot towards the in-game leader. Obviously want to try and take him down. You've got a ton of cash on the CT side. They're going to try and swarm the Australian sniper here. 2 seconds remaining. Is he going to be fine? Looks like the answer is no. Oh my goodness. Great effort. Doesn't really matter though. Because the fact he loses the weapon, they've got a ton of cash on the CT side, around like $9,000 per average. So, yeah, they lose some AKs potentially, but certainly worth it. You don't want York into the next round. This was a little disappointing. You could see, like I said, that the problem was they had no utility left. So, yes, they finally got that darkroom control, but it didn't have any way to segregate the bomb site. The pre-fires towards the platform, try as they might, couldn't find Rain at the back, who continues to find frag after frag. His second half has been very impressive. And now they take the lead, and it's after an 8-4 deficit. On their T-side campaign, it looks like they're actually doing enough here to win this matchup. We'll see the Tech-9s being a little bit difficult to deal with, but there's Rain once again mopping them up as he gets himself another clean round here. It's going to go 12-10, Anders. We have got point. Where did all the time go? What happened?
I don't know. I think we've all been emotionally baited here, Henry. We had this great upset story with FlyQuest coming in. They really were upsetting. Like there's not even a we weren't lying. Vexite, you could see him. Dexter as well. They're playing great Counter-Strike at the moment, but unfortunately, FaZe just, again, they're really hard to take down in a game, and they're starting to wake up on their side. Brokey, Frozen, and Rain, all of them playing extremely well at the moment, so it just feels like FlyQuest, they need a miracle. Maybe even a couple of miracles here. They need 2 rounds to get this into overtime. Otherwise, it'll be FaZe walking away with a victory on the first map, and it's their map pick coming up next on Nuke.
Well,
it's not going to get any easier.
It is us commentating, Anders. It would be very fitting for the opening map of the tournament to get a cheeky overtime. Like, it's a curse and a blessing, I suppose. We've got Dexter going for this mid-utility. If you can't get the vision of the little blue doors, you have to throw it that way. It doesn't spread as well. You can see it allows the CT to stay. That's Carrigan. But this is it, potentially the last round. Can FlyQuest hold on? Even if they did, even if it was a very clean round, it's still a full buy to get past. In terms of map control, we'll see where they want to end up here. It's going to be a little bit of a ruse, but Dexter opening things up. That's towards middle. He seems to have the majority of the wins towards middle. Can they open up this B-bomb site? Looks like it's going to be Rain shutting them down once again as he cracks open the smoke. A solid smoke down towards the B main. Frozen through and actually flashed off, so we've actually got a chance here.
Yeah, there's definitely a shot now. Bomb is still towards T-spawn, but I guess it doesn't really matter because Dexter is just cleaning up with the back line here. It'll be Rops. 1 versus 4. He's hearing the footsteps. There's not that much time left. If this was the bomb somehow, that would be interesting. But obviously the bomb is making its way in. 10 seconds. I don't think he can get there to stop it. Again, that clock is running down dangerously low. But they're going to be able to find it. Ins to pick it up. And a nice round. Dexter running wild in the back line towards CT spawn. And one step in the right direction. And you're right, Henry. We do have a history of casting a lot of overtimes. I think if I'm going to be a little bit critical, Henry, I think you brought that into the partnership.
That's totally fair. Like, even before I was working with you, it seemed like it was the curse I brought with me.
Your thing.
But like I said, it does make for very good games, but we'll see whether this one comes to fruition. Nice round here from Liaz. Dexter spotting the jumping head there of Brokey in towards CT spawn as well. And it is going to be the final round here of regulation. We've gone the distance here on Anubis. This is the pick of FlyQuest as well. We move on to Nuke next, arguably FaZe's best map. So, like we said at the start of this one, it kind of had to be a win here on Anubis, but it will have to be done in overtime if they're going to fulfill that promise. So let's have a look. Round number 24, like we said, the money's absolutely fine. Smoke down from Brokey to kick things off. I believe that smoke's a T-stairs. Yep. Just means you don't get much vision. Makes things uncomfortable, allows Rain to push out.
Yeah, trying to look right on top of it. Did catch a little bit of grenade damage at the start there from Carrigan, but otherwise, it is a slow start here to the 24th round. It all comes down to this. Overtime of FlyQuest. I mean, it's a bit of a mental reset. I think they would love it at this point in time, but for FaZe, I bet they just want to finish what they kind of have been running on here for the second half. We'll see if they're going to be able to do that or not. Brokey, he's still got that AWP. Currently playing with it over in the A-bomb site. And a long wait here at the start. FlyQuest just giving a lot of space to see if FaZe will be more active, which they're currently not.
Oh, it's all quite exciting here, quite tense. Carrigan in a familiar position. We saw Dexter there a few times. He's losing the duel against Dexter time and time again. Strong nade from Rain. Another smoke goes down. Brokey rotates over, makes the first incision. Game leader removed. 5-on-4 for FaZe. Rain feeling the heat and forced out there. Fight or flight. He chose to fight, and now down to Frozen. Can't hold on. Overtime looking likely now. Can Carrigan be the one to save the day? It's Alistair on low HP here. Trying to buy some time, some space for his teammate to come in from jail. Flashbangs are very effective. Can Carrigan hold on, Anders? I'm not so sure. And down he goes. It's going to be overtime. The reset comes through, and FlyQuest keep their heads above the proverbial water. It took 2 rounds in a row. They were 12-10 down, but they've done it, and they will stay on the T side now.
That was really heads up. The last player, I think was it Alistair coming through dark at one point? He was very low on health, and he had the bomb on his back, and he kind of had the great communication with him and his teammate that was pushing up from the main entrance to B. They decided to just wait, don't push in with the bomb and die and low on health. It's not worth it. They really communicated well at the end there, FlyQuest. That was really nice to see, and they managed to find the solution. We're back on track. It's a new season, but we still get the overtimes. So here we go. No delay in it. Carrigan is going to start off well. Dexter wanted to be hyper-aggressive right out of the gate and try to see if he could beat up on Carrigan. It's not going to go his way, unfortunately. So 4 versus 5 instead. Sneaking through. There's nobody, and I mean nobody, on the A-bomb site for FaZe. So the bomb is miles away. They can't capitalize on this, Henry. They've kind of...
Yeah, that's a good point.
They found what they wanted. They can't do anything with it.
Well, they can set up in very advantageous positions, I suppose. That is something they can do.
True.
They can get deep in towards heaven and the beach. They can hold towards camera. But you're right. It's a bit unfortunate. The Vex site, oh, God, I was about to say, if he misses that shot, he's going to absolutely kick himself. Alistair, with the 180 reaction, finds Carrigan as well. It's a really weird round, but it is going to be a 4-on-3 advantage for FlyQuest. Bomb's making its way through, but can it go down?
Carrigan has got to be so confused, because Vexside is shooting his teammates in the back. He's not thinking that there's still players in T spawn, so he just runs. He's like, all right, I'm going to run all the way to the A-bomb side to try and help out. It's not bad, actually. It's a 3 versus 3. Ooh, it'll actually, so, yeah, we'll see. Frozen jumping in front. Can he take down Alistair here? A little bit of a grenade. Alistair relocating himself. He doesn't
Alistair.
get the flick. It's Frozen to get him down instead. And Brokey hits a point-blank shot, taking down Ensign. Frozen just will not stop. 3 kills in the round. An absolutely disgusting retake coming out from him. And FaZe, they win a round that, you know what, they probably should have been losing.
I agree. That was, what, 2 opening kills there? And lots of map control. You could say that again. A completely open bomb site. All started with these couple of kills. A 3B on Robs as well. You got a 5-on-3 at that point. You're getting fed kills. And that play from Alistair, I saw what he was going for there, but it's like the high-flying acrobatic shot towards A main. I'm not sure that was the way to get it done. He hasn't had the strongest showing of the AWP today, but still, nice effort. Didn't quite work out for him, and it's going to be FaZe going up 1-0, 13-12 here. And a round it felt like FlyQuest had completely tied up. But back in we go. Molotov down towards middle. Rain this time a little bit more tentative in towards that dark room. Utility exchanged. A couple of smokes to the lurk smoke on the T side. CT's a little bit deeper. And it's going to be Rain with that open kill. He's been so strong in towards his B bomb side. Frozen will work in tandem with him. They've got themselves another 5-on-3, looking to find the 2-0 here. Carrigan, trying to get a bit of intel. Gets a lot more than he bargained for as Dexter reads the play.
Good little swing for Ops. I think now they can kind of call off a lot of the aggression, although they won't. Rain still wants to pick gun out, and now it's Alistair. Found by Robs, scoped up in the middle, couldn't really see anything in that corner. And FaZe to win another round. Putting even more pressure on FlyQuest. Even though they got it into overtime, I still think they need to win one of these rounds here on the T side. This next one is going to be absolutely critical.
Yeah, Rain has given them absolute hell out there. It's actually kind of disgusting. Like, every angle he's checking is a nice free fire. The shots are landing using the M4A4, and they've got the Royal Flush setup, Anders, on the CT side. 4 AKs and the AWP. It's going to be incredibly difficult to take them down now. A nice smoke. The night vision on the T side. Brokey once again in towards A main with the sniper. He backed up by the Robs AK-47, which is starting to hit some shots now as well. He's had a pretty quiet game by his standards. Kind of dropped off in the last couple of months or so from the world #1 player to allow just a good pro. See whether he can open things up here in the final rounds here of the first half of overtime. It's going to be Robs and Brokey both finding a kill. Lovely stuff. Dexter has had some. He's absolutely owned Carrigan in middle almost every single round.
It's so smooth, right? Those kind of openings can go such a long way, but there's still a man down, unfortunately, here. Executing onto the B bomb site. A double dark position coming up from FaZe, so they've kind of left the bomb site, but they can still throw bullets back into it, and the truth is, all of the pressure right now is on FlyQuest. They got it into overtime, but so far they haven't managed to achieve anything in the overtime. Dexter sneaking up behind. I do like this play. Again, the communication here for FlyQuest is looking actually really good. Look at Dexter just sneaking in the back door, checking everything, going to win that fight against Rain 2 and wide, swinging it Frozen in the dark, and he's quick to get that shot. Oh my god, what a machine. 3 kills in a row for Frozen as they take 3 rounds here. FaZe in the overtime. They are looking red hot.
They really are. That's a bit of a death sentence here. They are officially warmed up here. If you're just joining us on T-side, FaZe managed to get 4 rounds in the first half, and it's had to be a real resurgence. And that really is the FaZe way. It's never the easy way, but the FaZe way always seems to be enough to get the game over the line, and you can feel that's going to be a very difficult scenario to recover from now, as we see them need 3 in a row just to take us a double overtime on the CT side. Looking rather bleak, if you don't mind me saying. We'll see if Rain can put this one to bed nice and early. He had a really quiet first half as well. He's been fantastic on that CT showing. My god.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But it's all or nothing here. FlyQuest need 3 rounds in a row to get it into double overtime. What a task ahead of them. Although they did play well on the CT side, it's still hard to imagine that they're going to be able to do this. Karrigan sneaking into the smoke. Again, like we said, he's involved in so many early battles here, and he wanted to be cheeky with it. I like the attempt, but Dexter, again, he's got his number in the middle and will take down the enemy captain. So 4 versus 5 to start with. But again, it's a very, very Karrigan-like play there.
Yeah, I'd love to see the kill matrix between Karrigan and Dexter. It's like, seems like those two, that's the only players they've been fighting against each other this time and time again. Dexter's up to 23 now. I think about 10 of those are Karrigan, but let's see if it's enough to find the first round here, the first of 3 required. 5 and 4 for now. Bit of basic utility being thrown in towards A. I'll set up Rob, see if he can get a pick, but speaking of which, it's Alistair to take down Rain. Should be enough to win the rounds here. Should be in the operative word, though. 25 seconds. Bombs waiting in towards A. They're trying to show their hand in towards that B bomb side as Robs will try and crack things open here. Don't think it's going to happen. Dexter's got his number, and he gets himself 3 in total. Will it be 4? Not to be, but Frozen might as well give it a go. There's nothing to save in overtime, and maybe he can just do this on his own. He needs to try and get the bomb planted. That's all he can do. Realize it's not going to happen. And there we have it, the first round of the 3 required for FlyQuest.
Even though that probably was not really winnable round for Frozen, his accuracy in some of these fights is just very, very impressive. But shout out to Dexter one time. This is good sequence. Obviously starting up well, taking down Karrigan in the middle, and then getting another couple of kills behind it. So 1 out of 3 secured for FlyQuest. They need another 2. Again, they're fighting for double overtime here. 1-0 mistake, and the nightmare really begins. Losing your own map pick, never a good time. Bomb
No,
dropped.
certainly not. It's against a team like FaZe as well. When you had them, you know you had them.
Yes.
And it comes down to a couple of awkward rounds where it looked like you had the advantages. But that's same for both of these teams. It looked like FaZe were going to run away with this one. There was not going to be a slow start. But then they lost a 5-on-2 on the B-bomb side.
All right, FaZe. Can they put something together? Dexter doesn't keep peeking. He's just taking a look in the middle. Molotov to force out Vex side a little bit. Is there going to be some spam coming through? Ooh, there will be there. Dexter's jumped right down. I don't think Rain even realized Dexter running wild in the backline. 2 kills, nearly a third. Brokey getting grenaded all the way down.
Oh,
he is
God.
so lightning quick. It's Karrigan to get the headshot on Liaz, and I don't know how this has happened, but we've ended up in a 2-on-3 that favors FaZe at the moment. The bomb being run back. Alistair knows he has to get activated, and he's holding that B bomb side, but he can't really do it alone.
It was looking like a done deal. The round was over, then Brokey starts to do Brokey things. Absolutely disgusting with the AWP in towards those canal position ins. The best player on paper for FlyQuest hasn't necessarily been to there. It's going to be Dexter with 27 kills. But now Alistair coming in. Nice little nade to pop the smoke open, and Inns will find a frag back in return. They're down but not out. The boys can keep the dream alive here. 15 seconds to go. Brokey needs to try and finish things off, and Anders, he does it in style. That's the way to close out a game. Sure, it wasn't easy. It wasn't necessarily too composed in that first half as well. It was the slow start we all predicted, but FaZe have got it done. They've managed to take their opponent's map pick. An exciting finish with Brokey putting on a spectacular display.
Yeah, he did it with no health at all from the start of it. A quad kill to seal the deal in the stairs and ending up at the B bomb side with it. You know, there are a lot of ways to do it. Obviously, you can have some of the team ending up, you know, from the ramp. You can try and crunch it that way. You can have somebody drop down the vent at the same time. So like, there's a lot of different variations on ending up at B. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see a fair bit of that. And I hopefully FlyQuest will have done their research too, and they kind of know that this is coming, because it's going to be really important to stop. It'll be FaZe starting on the T side. FlyQuest going to be on the CT side here. We're at the EWC 2024. And second map is coming up, and FlyQuest, they need a victory right now.
They really do. They'll be starting the CT side. They've got the dual leads out in full force in the hands of Liaz and Vexite. Ins to be tested first, and it's going to be an uncomfortable interaction here. The utility's thrown out, and as Andy said, they like to go for that split down towards the lower bomb site, utilizing Secret. And for now, though, the world is their oyster. Got the opening frag and flooding the upper bomb site. Frozen will take care of Vexite. Dexter needs a couple more good kills here. Not going to find them, and it looks like the round is done.
Yeah, I think they changed their minds going from B because they got so much success towards the mini position. They were like, all right, you know what? Let's call it off. Let's just go back instead. Lias is going to end up going down. No real surprise. He was in a dreadful position at the end there. But yeah, nicely done. They, like you said, they could have done anything with this, what they wanted. They could have gone B or A, or they could have waited around. Like, it's probably going to work anyway. So, well done.
Yeah, very impressive. Not much to report there. FaZe working as a unit towards outside. Found the opening kill. Flooding towards upper. CT's had little to no information. Needed to hit some impressive shots. Doesn't come through. And they'll be force buying in their second round here. So Alistair will save a bit of cash for the AWP going forward. He'll hold on to $750. But here comes Frozen up towards the silo position. They've got rifles across the board here. Initial Molotov does a little bit of damage in towards Ins. That's about it. So Carrigan will be responsible throwing the initial smoke towards outside. Brokey will join him as well. So 2 smokes, make it 3. So they got the waterfall smoke towards the roof. A couple more to avert the gaze of players towards garage. And you see Rain jumping up to see if he can spot anything at all. But towards the lobby we go. Brokey deals with the first one, no problem. A little bit more problematic on the second. We said Robs is the master of ramp room. That will ring true on indeed the T and CT side. It looks like he's done more than enough here, as Liaz will be left in a 3 versus 1. A difficult one to say the least. That nade suggests they know exactly what he's up to as they pump the brakes for a second. Liaz might as well push forward, see if he can find anything. I think he's been spotted though, and he'll be taken down. I was about to say there's a chance for them to line up for him there, but doesn't really matter too much. They surely make the round uncomfortable, but it has to be the full eco going forward. They can maybe invest in some PT50s, considering they got 3 kills there, but ultimately well handled from FaZe.
I'm curious, Henry, because I was casting a little bit with Neo, and he's keeping a spreadsheet about the success rate of those second round force-ups from the CT side, and he hates them with a fiery passion. Do you have strong opinions about this from the CT side? We're seeing it more and more in the current sort of economic meta, but where do you think it's working out?
It depends on like team to team, right? I don't think there's an exact science to it. If you feel like you've got the players and the form they're in, and you've got a nice little set piece or a setup that normally works for you, like if you win it, it's so massive for your team. If you're the underdog squad, though, I would say you do want to be focusing on your gun rounds, and it's going to be a Zeus kill to open things up. You didn't see many of those anymore since the nerf. But yeah, like it is kind of, I would agree with Neo in that sense. Like if you're the underdog team, you want to be losing it on your gun rounds rather than trying to steal those plucky ones away. They came close to maybe winning that round, but now it's set them up for a 3-0 deficit on the CT side. So yeah, not really much they can do with this one. USPs and a PT50 remain. The best they can hope for is a couple of exit kills.
Yeah, big risk and potentially big reward, but it does feel like oftentimes doesn't necessarily, that calculation doesn't necessarily work out. Alistair, hoping to fly up out of the vent here to get a kill and a rifle and just sneak away with it. I think that's the idea, but Robs, very, very hard player to surprise really at any stage. And Rain will get the last one. So, 3-0. FlyQuest are going to be able to pick up rifles once again, but it's a pretty smooth start for FaZe. Which, ironically enough, like we always used to say this, FaZe, they're so slow to start. If they have a good start, it's got to be amazing. But I've seen a lot of FaZe games where they have great starts and they find a way to make it hard on themselves anyway. So just watch out for that.
All right. First gun round, important one, Anders. Sets the tone for the game. FlyQuest can't win this. 4-0 and a potential Eco coming up next as well. Could be curtains for the Australian boys here.
Is there going to be a flash setup for it? Ints, not happy about that. Has to relocate. Oh, there will be some spray coming through.
Okay,
Did
that's
Dexter
a bit of a miracle.
Even know? How fortunate is that?
Yeah, that's kind of wild. Because like it's kind of common knowledge that Molotov, it's powerful, but if you jump up the red toolbox, that's the only place you can stand without getting burnt. And then as soon as he does that, you're coming in pre-firing. But the Ints somehow get saved from the initial kill by Dexter, but they pull it back to a 4-on-4, which technically does favor the T side. We'll see if Vexite's nice little push in towards the lobby will yield success here. Less than 1 minute remaining. Liad's very defensive position with the M4. Strong position, though. Alistair getting a ton of info here. So they've got a lot to work with in terms of intel. What's the final play? Flashbang over. You can see you've got 3 T-side players towards red. I don't think they can do much with this, Sanders. Like, what do they do next? They don't have any utility, but if they get gifted a shot like that, you never know. Could be enough. Vexite deep in towards Squeaky Door. If they cross over from main, could be enough. Robs will find the lurking Alistair. That's the AWP remove. Will they check Squeaky? Oh, they won't. Vexite keeps the round alive, at least for now. Dexter, segregated down in towards the vents. How does he get out? How does he make this one possible? Not going to happen. Definitely an opportunity there with a double kill from Vexite. Well positioned. But those kills coming in from Brokey especially made things very uncomfortable. This is what I'm talking about. You have to be on that red toolbox.
Yeah.
And it was Dexter somehow saving him there. Eventually, he does get burnt down to a crisp. This shot saved the round. They just didn't have any positional control. It looked like everyone was pushing towards lobby from the CT side. They have a ton of info. Double kill from Vexite. Still not enough. And they've still got the maximum loss bonus, so they can partially buy into this one. But that's about it. So you're seeing CZs and P9s.
I think what's really crazy is that Robs didn't get spotted there by Vexite or by Alistair. He was in the hut playing around, right? If they'd found him, it's a different round. But somehow Robs just stayed out of the line of sight throughout the whole round.
This is Nuke is a proper lurkers map. You can sneak down the vents. You can get in towards ramp by yourself. You can be outside where your teammates are executing. So, yeah, this is where Robs will start to shine. He's looking much better here on Nuke than he did on Anubis. Spotting out a couple of players. It's Rain, well done. To at least get the first, but he has given up a rifle at the very least. Vexite will pull one back as well. So towards ramp, they kind of have to go at this stage. Vexite, he sets them up. Can Liaz actually guarantee the round here? It's a promising position. His teammates taking the aggro. They're going to swing through, and he's done well. Just needs to get one kill there, and he's delivered.
Yeah, so fine job. 5-7. Alistair just back around that lower B silo. They know that he's back there. Grenade on top for a little bit of pressure on him. He's got no teammates with him just yet, so he's eventually going to get taken down by Frozen, and somehow we've ended up back into a 2 versus 2 here. 40 seconds. They get a bit of a smoke just to try and lure out some CT, so I might just go straight for the bomb plan. This is aggressive from Vexite. And Dexter on the other side. They'll get rid of Brokey, leaving Frozen on an island inside of the smoke. He's surely going to be dead in this one, but you great job getting it, and he comes out on the other side, takes down Dexter. That is magnificent. Imagine fighting a way out of that. You are at such a disadvantage exiting that smoke, but he made it work.
Oh, he really did. Ice cold from Frozen. Batman himself emerges from the smoke and finds 2 massive kills there. It looked like FlyQuest were finally going to break through on the partial buy, but it wasn't meant to be. They keep FaZe Clan very modest. They just win one of these round Anders. They got no money. They are absolutely busted for cash. They'll only get $1,400. So those kills, they're all significant. It does have a knock-on effect here. Alistair trying to step up once again. Didn't have the best showing on Anubis. We'll see if he can find impact here in round number 6. Overlook for now. Brokey. And set up in the actual smoke. Rain, though, does he? I don't think they know he's so close. And there's the little lurk down towards the vent itself.
I like it. Alistair taking a risk.
I don't think they know. But he doesn't look like he can do too much from this position. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Normally, you get that vent dive in, you're good for at least the 1 kill. Now, when he goes back, he might be surprised by Alistair, who's snuck in behind him, and is now just holding the angle with the AWP. So maybe there's a chance here. FlyQuest to pick up the first round on Nuke. Rob's surely dead on this one, and he will be. 5 versus 3. Deep breath right now, FlyQuest. This is the round you have to win. In's in a good position. Very hard to check this one, and he's going to get at least the first kill. Dives a little bit further into the corner. Oh, and they're not ready. He actually comes back out again. It's very well played. Brokey on his own. And this round is secured, so it's 5-1 scoreline. It's a bit of a slow start, to be honest, but it has to begin somewhere.
Like we said, though, winning that round with decent numbers as well, the money is completely wrecked now for FaZe. They're going to struggle to even get a buy here. Might be the full eco. We'll see what they can make of it. Well, that's very well held from him, especially. Brokey, you thought maybe he could get a few kills there. I think Rob's realized, like, that play down towards events, he kind of did nothing with it, because if he did just, like, look down towards lower, waited for the rotation to come through, he would have got a free kill. They had no idea. He went to go check secret, no one was there, and the round somewhat fell apart. But it's the first they've lost, and it is the eco here. Like we said, if they eco this one, they're going to buy in the next round. It's getting a little bit more complicated than you'd thought it would be, but it's going to be frozen. Left in a 2 versus 1 now. Alistair and Liaz trying to close things out, which they will.
All right, then. Some quiet fist pumps coming out. It's still early. They're still kind of warming up into this. It's definitely not too late, right? There is a way to recover this, even if it's a dreadful start here. There's a chance to make it back. 7-5 is the best they could do at the moment, but, you know, keep the economy low on that FaZe side. Keep the AWP up on Alistair. Get Ins warmed up. He's starting to get there a little bit. Yeah, round for round. It's got to be built one step at a time here. It's FaZe making their way out to the yard. Again, all the same smokes you all know and love. Alistair trying to play aggressively one more time, but this time it's Dexter to go down at the beginning. Rob's lurking around, and he's going to be able to take that early kill. I think Dexter was trying to push in through the hut and just got caught. So, yeah, Robs. Was he up on the roof when he got that kill? He might have been, actually, so might have just been shooting straight down towards Dexter. 4-5 to begin this round with. Liaz is down below, so nobody there to catch at the moment. There are no T's down there. They're all over towards that lobby area.
All quiet for now. Finding that opening kill. FaZe. Nice advantage. One of those spam kills today. We are going to see a player towards the hub position as Robster finds Vex side, though, to 5-on-2. Now, they did give one of these up on Anubis on their T side. I don't think it'll be happening just here as Ins. Looks like he has accepted the fact they won't be winning this round. Sits by the air conditioning units as Rain goes hunting. Probably going to be checking this position out. Looks like he is aware of that prospect. Does Carrigan spot him? Not quite. Now he is completely spotted and removed from the equation. Nice work from Rain. Nice work in general from FaZe Clan here, as they've got 4 players surviving the round. Just Liaz remaining, and nothing he can do about it. 6-2.
You see, now I am getting a bit worried, Henry, because I think the road back here was to keep FaZe away from the money and just kind of, you know, keep rolling the rounds back. 6 rounds already on the T side to the 2 of FlyQuest. I think it's kind of becoming a problem for them here. They themselves on the CT side are going to run out of money much quicker than you would like to see. Rob's looking quite cool at the moment, and why not? He's so far had a pretty great game. It was a bit of a slow start for him on the first map, but this time he's up to 8-4. They will have enough to buy. It'll be an MP9 on Dexter, so, you know, it's starting to show already, the money. If they lose this round, I think this first half is going to completely blow up, and FaZe will just run away with it here. So much of it could come down to this. Smoke. Oh, he had a little bit of a advantage in shooting first there, Ince, but he gets down by Rain instead, and a 4-on-5 to ensue. Dexter, well, that's a nice kill. Get the job done.
He's got so many of those kills today through the smoke. Alistair will maintain an advantage in FlyQuest. 4-on-3 all of a sudden in their favor. Brokey will go back towards the ramp room. You see Liaz playing passively, playing for intel. Doesn't need to go down here. Allow them to come into the ramp. You can drop down. As soon as he gets any aggro, drop some utility. Good smoke. I think they kind of have to push it, though. They don't really have much else on the map to speak of. They know he's in towards the back boxes, or do they? The comms start to fall apart there. Rob's due to the silencer. I guess he didn't know exactly where he was. And now Liaz looks destined to get another one here. The Molotov will flush him out, but he still finds himself a second kill. Very well played from Liaz, and nothing Robs can do with this one, I'm afraid, as Dexter, trying to sniff him out, can send him down towards lower. Alistair's got the call. He's low HP as well. So just looking to deny that plant. It's going to be 6-3. Guaranteed. 30 seconds here. Robs with the AWP. Holding for any mistakes here to be made by FlyQuest.
Yeah, so very, very good bit of recovery work there for the ramp player. So, starting to get some rounds on the board, but it still feels like Disaster's right around the corner all the time. I must say I'm getting fairly worried here for FlyQuest. Even if they pick up a round here or there, I feel like it has to be more consistent than that. There has to be more flow in it here for the CT side. We'll see if they can. There's a chance for it, as they do have the AK. Actually, 2 AKs picked up, so that's kind of nice. That should give you something to work with. But it comes down to whether or not they can win the remaining rounds here in the half. I really think that is important, so gonna see if they can find an opening kill. Vexite just playing in the back. Doesn't want to take the shot through the smoke. Doesn't want to reveal his position, and looks like they're setting up for an execute onto the bomb side. They don't have enough grenades to really do an efficient double pump, so they might just go for it here.
Let's have a look. It's a compromised buy. FaZe Clan will execute in towards upper. The Molotov's dropped. The flashbangs deployed. The spray not controlled by Dexter. He's punished by the P250, but well positioned from Vexite. Liaz as well chimes in with the M4. Should be enough to win this round here. Just Brokey remains. I say just. He gets himself a nice double with the Galil. But it will be another convincing round for the Australian squad here. Their CT side starting to come to life now. They can get 6-6. Not too bad, all things considered. They can still win out this game. And maybe take us to a third map. But Liaz really trying to drag them through these rounds. Some really impressive moments here. Brokey keeps them modest at the very least, but we go into the penultimate round of this first half of the second map. FaZe Clan already taken away Anubis.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was a very straightforward kind of attack, right? You wait for the initial grenades to fade from the A-bomb side, and then you just try and see if you can execute onto it with flashes and molotovs. It was, you know, pretty one-dimensional for FaZe, and it didn't work out for them either. Now they're down to pistols here. FlyQuest hoping to tie up the game at the end of the half, make it a 6-6 at the very least. Alistair, he's going to find a shot, stopping Rain from the Deagle Madness outside. 4 versus 3. If they can win this one, I mean, there is a good chance they can get that 6-6 scoreline, which again, I think is, you're not celebrating that, but at least you still have a chance if you're FlyQuest. You're not completely wrecked, which at one point, to be honest, it looked like that was going to be the case. It looked like they just had no business doing anything in the first half. So it's actually, in that sense, a decent recovery, I would say, right now for the Aussie boys. They got to keep it going, though.
Yeah. Admirable performances on both maps so far. Recovering the deficit in the second map especially. Keeping their head above water. Final round. Number 12. Blinking you miss it these days in CS2. But FlyQuest have done very well to close the gap. Give themselves a nice strong buy. Close things out here. All for Alistair. Full belt of utility. Can't say the same for FaZe. Who'll be operating with 2 Galils. And just the basics.
Smoke's going up in the yard. They've been every single time. It's been kind of a stable of how they've been playing it out there. So far, they've tried to send Rain out, but he just got pinged in the smoke. They just found him. It's pretty sick. Don't even think they threw a grenade. It was just Gin's able to catch him up on the rafters. Vexite's going to get traded right away. Dexter would love to get in there and get into the action, shooting down below. It's never a fun angle when you're basically shooting at 0
Nade works though.
there.
Oh, not quite enough. Frozen down to 6 points of health. He was on 12. Nade busted open. It looks like they've done enough here. Frozen so low. And FlyQuest looking great on his CT side. What a recovery that was, Anders. It looked like they were done for. It looked like when they were, 5-1 down, there was no way they were going to resuscitate this first half, but they've done it. They're looking like they could take us to a third map of Inferno on FaZe's pick. It's going to take an absolute legendary performance to close things out in this second half, but I dare say they could do it.
Whatever I want, I can have it. I'm exceptional, way above average. Obstacles don't stand a chance. You against me, better make up a plan. It doesn't matter when nobody tells you, believe in yourself. Power comes from within. I know they counted you out, then they left you, but then it don't matter. You still gonna win. It doesn't matter when nobody tells you, believe in yourself. Power comes from within. If they counted you out, it doesn't matter, you're still gonna win.
Don't believe what you read, not all words are the same. Not everything you see, you can't trust anyway. All the thieves dressed as sheep tell you they know the way. So bite the hand that feeds you to the wolves as prey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esports World Cup. You're here on day one of the CS2 Championships and game one, map 2. It's going to be FaZe Clan taking Anubis against FlyQuest. And now it's actually looking a little bit more interesting. FaZe were up 5-0 on their T-side campaign, but it started to collapse towards the end. And it looks like the door opportunity is wide open once again, Anders, as potentially a third map is upon us.
Yes, wouldn't that be a nice surprise? I would love to see FlyQuest kind of, pull it together here. I was really worried, almost at the verge of kind of conceding on their behalf in that first half, but it didn't work out that way. They actually managed to have a pretty decent recovery It could have been a little bit earlier, but 66 score line, I don't know. It's doable. It's definitely doable. So I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, see if they can fight their way back into this one. They are up against a tough opponent, but I don't know. They're showing some real strength on the Australian side. So what do you say here? If they win the pistol, Henry, do you think they can do it? It was 10-13 last time they lost to FaZe on this map. They got kind of close last time. I mean, a pistol round here could go a long way.
Yeah, it will certainly be an important factor, but bear in mind, this is FaZe's pick. They now go for the CT side. I think winning the pistol is an absolute necessity for FlyQuest at this point, but you never know. If they get the bomb planted, maybe the second round force buy might be enough as well. There's a few opportunities to catch them out, but they will need some early success, I would say, to make this one possible. But it looks like they're in high spirits. Everyone's smiling on that side of the server. Bear in mind, this is a pretty brutal format. If you lose this opening best of 3, you're down into the resurrection bracket, or we normally call it the last chance bracket, and that's best of 1s as well. So that's the anomaly, really. That's what makes it so brutal, that you could lose 1 best of 3 and then 1 best of 1, and that's it. Your tournament's over. So the fact they've had even a strong showing against FaZe, like they've kept up, they have not looked like they've been outclassed. I think that's still positive. I still feel like they could cause damage in this tournament. They want to get some wins, obviously, and it all starts here. We'll see FlyQuest with the double Molotov set up again. Smoke available to them. No need for the door, so might just have to manually open that one. And looks like we've got a little bit of tech here from in. It's going to be open the door, smoke down, and it's going to be double kill for Vexo. They've cracked the upper bomb side wide open.
Yeah, that's what they need. Nice Molotov to slow anyone down from getting back into it. You know, for FaZe, all they really have is a flashbang on Carrigan to set up some... Oh, no, they're going to lose Carrigan before they even get a chance to, so... Now they're in a rough position. Another Molotov just thrown out by Inst up on that high ground, so they can kind of keep it going forever. I mean, this round is probably won already. Rain and Rops, not a lot they could do in this one, so... Great follow-through. Great opening kills coming out from FlyQuest. If they were going to win it, then this is how you'd want to start, really. Not at all bad. 7-6 in their favor. And the question now for FaZe, do they want to go for one of those force-ups in the second round? I'm kind of curious if they want to risk it.
Well, this goes back to what we were talking about in our first half. If you're the underdog team, maybe not so much, but you managed to win it on Anubis. That's how they got themselves back into the game. This is not a scoreline that necessarily needs it. Like, they were down by a lot on Anubis. So they kind of was like, well, we kind of do need to steal this one away to stand a chance here. And they managed to bring the game back to life. But it's Nuke. It's a map that lends itself to MP9s and 5.7s. And that's exactly what they've gone for. Scout for Brokey, of course. Got himself no Kevlar, but the MP9s were frozen and Rops. Like I said, Rops is a bit of a master of the ramp room, looking much better here on Nuke than he was on Anubis. Tags would be great. Brokey doesn't necessarily need kills, just a bit of damage, a few body shots. That would be enough to soften them up for the SMGs. Smokes towards outside, but a ramp focus there, making their way through. And it will be Rops going down early. Scout doesn't connect just yet. Looking for his moment to strike. Not going to get it. I think Brokey's done for.
That would have been great if you could have had the 2-for-1 there. Rain will actually pick up a kill in the yard. Just kind of looking the wrong way at the wrong time there. Dexter sneaking through the smoke. Rain, yeah, he's worried about getting double or triple peaked even. I don't know. This round is still a bit dangerous, potentially. 4 versus 3. Next kill could be important, and it'll be Alistair to take down Frozen. I think that opens up everything. I think now they're pretty much locked in safe, and I don't think Rain will want to risk the AK no matter what, so he's going to be all the way back in T-spawn, sending out bullets, trying to take the head off of Vexite, who was all the way back there. Carrigan going to be found and taken down, so only real question now is, do they want to send the MAC-10 or something else to get rid of Rain?
Almost certainly. The fact that he's got the AK and they know where he is, they'll flash him off, and I don't think he's long for this world. Like, even if he gets a couple of kills here, still worth taking him down. You don't want a player like Rain to have an AK-47 and Kevlar in the next round. They're throwing the kitchen sink in his direction now. Need to be careful, I suppose. Don't want to give it all up for free. Closing the gap, trying to make it as uncomfortable as possible, and they will find the kill eventually. So finding that AK-47 and taking it out of his cold, dead hands. So that's the eco now for FaZe. The force buy doesn't do a whole lot for them. Towards the ramp we went. Rops couldn't find a quick kill. No tags found by Brokey. So it's going to be an uphill battle now, just the way FaZe like it. A few upgraded pistols, but that's about it.
It's like we said, even when they have good starts, they always find a way to make these games.
Yeah, right. Like they had a 5-0 start, and now they're 8-6 down. It's kind of insane, actually.
That's just what they do. They just like it. They want to play more Counter-Strike, and I guess we like that too. Inns is going to be taking down Rain at the start. A lot of 5-7s in play. It is a great pistol. Who can blame them for wanting to pick it up? I feel like sometimes people forget how powerful it can really be. Case in point here is Carrigan getting a good, strong headshot as Inns was coming through the smoke. Brokey and Robs are left, and it still feels like it's going to be a bit of an easy cleanup here. Robs getting grenaded, and I think even spammed down. Nice headshot. All right, we did a lot of damage there.
Yeah, thought he could maybe get a couple. But here we go. It's going to be FlyQuest on their feet, exactly what they needed. We'll see them step up in the most important rounds of the second half. And now the gun rounds begin. Now this is where you have a bit of momentum, Anders. You know that the CTs aren't established financially.
Yes.
They're not going to have their AWP potentially. You have to force buy in the second. So this is where you want to drop a set piece in my opinion. Something fast-paced, something quick, something that gets them a little bit hot onto the color. And we'll see where it's going to work out. Rain, one of the best players in the world at the outside position. Always so solid, so safe, and he's dealt with by the in-game leader, Dexter.
A very nice start. Dexter once more. Dexter was a real demon on that opening map. It's been a little bit more quiet for him here with 8 kills, but Ince will take down Frozen. Hold on. 5 versus 3 all of a sudden. And Carrigan going to get dropped next. It's Dexter. Back at the shooting range, doing excellent work. But just as I say that, how does it happen? A 5 versus 3, and suddenly it's turned in favor of FaZe. They brought it right back into the round. I have no idea how that happens. That should be a round that FlyQuest just win from there on out, but FaZe, every individual member is so talented that they can have rounds like these where they have nearly nothing and still it works out for them. Robs is going to be taken out. Vexide leaves Ince alone. 1 versus 2. What a calamity here. This shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, but we have got Inns in the driving seat. On paper, the best player for FlyQuest. He has got the bomb on his back. He descends down the vents here and is going to go for the quick plant behind the side. Not the best plant. You can hear the CTs rotating in. You don't have a lot to work with here. The spam coming through. Gets baited out with a shot. Should be a trade kill for Robs here. He's had an epic round there. Well done to Robs. He's been a little bit quiet in the second half. All of FaZe have really. A lot of the round was done for Anders. They go in towards upper 3 main entrance and he just mows them down. No problem whatsoever. Really great shot from Dexter to open things up as well. They got a double kill towards outside, a 5-on-3 in their favor, and all hell broke loose. It's Robs working with Brokey. Gets a double kill up there. Nice rotation back towards main, gets his triple, and then pincering the final player Inns. Didn't leave him a chance there. Just as he was taking the aggro, that's when Robs swung around, and that's a massive round. And I dare say FaZe needed that. 9-7, and still, we're coming down to 1 versus 1. They're a little bit uncomfortable, Anders. We've got MP9s and a couple of rifles into the mix. So this is a very important round once again for both teams who are both feeling the financial burn as Rain will get a taste of Alistair's AWP.
Yeah, gets tagged up. Liaz flashed, makes the jump down, trying to hunt down that player that's already a bit low. I do like this push, though. AWP and Robs in front. So a little bit of a double team pushing in. They might run into Ince, but he's actually walked away from there. So they're going to get great information here, FaZe. They're going to get a good sense that nobody's really setting up in the lobby at the moment. But can they put together the rest of the puzzle and realize that FlyQuest, the majority of them, out towards those secret steps, can definitely make a run down towards the bomb side. There is a smoke up down below that I think Rain put up, so that might be one of the reasons why FlyQuest is kind of on a freeze mode here, waiting to see what the next move is. They haven't found or seen anyone from FaZe. Ince, oh god, that's so close. Robs is right down below him.
Yeah, how's he got there? It's difficult to tell who has the advantage in this kind of wild scenario. Inns will be heard throwing that Molotov, so Robs will be hot on his tail. Brokey goes down, courtesy of Vexide. So CTs with a lot of interesting positions here, but unable to capitalize on the shots here. 30 seconds. Bombs in towards ramp, Anders. So they can still finish lower, and there's 2 CTs ready and waiting. They are going to kind of course correct, make their way back in towards up at the correct decision here, and it should be Round as Rops goes down as well. He was towards outside and somehow didn't get the shot, didn't get the advantage, and that's a massive round. Once again, that's going to send his FaZe spiraling.
Yeah, now we're really cooking. Remember 10 rounds what they got last time against FaZe that ended up winning it, but now they're up to 10 and FaZe are stuck at 7. Oh, this is going to pique everybody's interest. This game just got a hell of a lot more interesting, didn't it? And I believe the final map is Inferno as well.
Oh, yes.
That's quite a decent map for FlyQuest, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't think they're going to be too bad on it.
Got the AWP, and I'm not sure he can even survive the blast there. He has to push forward. His IQ will just go down to the C4, whatever happens. So everyone, pretty much everyone for FaZe almost dropped. Frozen could get the AWP, I suppose. It's available, but might have been too dangerous to try and grab it. But there it is. A massive round there. Vexside the one to open things up this time. They did have that full ramp control. Dexter with a nice call to go back towards upper, avoiding the bear trap that was waiting in the lower bomb side for them. So this is the opening kill. Nice work. You can see there was a lot of fancy footwork there from both teams. He had Rops all the way in T lobby, but couldn't find the frag needed. And Dexter and co taking care of business towards the secret area. One player survives. I'm not sure if Frozen managed to grab the AWP. He did not. So it's going to be a saved M4, an MP9, and FlyQuest in touching distance once again of glory.
I mean, they've been here before, Henry. They really had this similar position on the opening map of Anubis, which is their own map pick. Surely they don't throw it away twice. Surely this is where they just kind of follow through, get the 13 rounds. That would be probably headline of the day so far. That if they're able to actually pick up Nuke against FaZe, that would cause some ripples in the pond, I would imagine. Heading at around number 18, we've got Deagles, we've got the one MP9 on Rops, and Frozen with the M4A1. So very, very little to work with for FaZe. FlyQuest, in every possible world, that this should be an 11th round for them. They're not going to slow down too much. Some flashes coming out. Might just try to bait out a couple of grenades there for the CT side, but yeah, they're waiting. Setting up in the lobby. Haven't really encountered anyone from the CT side yet. Of a smoke here towards the secret or the sort of
these are the rounds you have to win, though. If you're going to be closing this game out, it has to start here. You can't afford to lose to 3 unarmored pistols and 1 saved M4.
Let's see what they got. Under a minute. They will open up with a kill on Carrigan. It was a really long time with just a quiet round being played up. Nobody making a move. Roki wants to step in with the Deagle. We know he could do it if you give him a chance here. It's Rops to get one with the MP9. Backside goes down. Yeah, the bomb is on the ground.
They're being too tentative, Anders. They're not sure what they want to do with this. And this is where things can begin to spiral. We said this round is a must-win. You're up against 3-5-7s with no Kevlar, and Frozen with his M4 looks like he might do enough here, looking for his hat trick. He's going to find it. Alistair left with almost nothing to do, 15 seconds, and they've squandered it. It was the perfect round, the perfect setup to continue with their winning ways, but it felt like it got too cagey, overthinking it, pressured in from all angles, and then forced to go out towards upper by virtue of the clock, and yeah, just one by one, taken down. It's a really disappointing way to finish it. For the reasons we just stated, you got the opening kill as well. It's a 5-on-4 in your favor. Oh, it was that shot. That's what happened. We didn't get that on our screen. So Alistair missing that shot and then couldn't recover his positional control. Run out of time. If he hits that shot, it's round over. But he doesn't, unfortunately. And that's going to be FaZe right back into it.
Temptation, Henry, to say the words "not like this" are overwhelming.
Oh, that one missed shot because his teammates doesn't get the intel. You can't call it. Like you should be killing him. Like, unfortunately. Yeah,
this is absolutely devastating. Yeah. Let's not think about it. Let's just pretend it's all good, because if FlyQuest end up losing the map because of this, and that could very well happen here. The smokes aren't good.
Okay, they've got the first kill there. The smokes are bad, but the frags were good. All right. This round not necessarily over, as Ince will pull one back as well. Towards upper, I think would be the correct call. Carrigan's had a bit of a stinker towards upper this game. 5-17, but looks like the round might be okay. It's definitely messy. You can see the player break is officially over. And for now, Alistair and Inns, 50 HP. And with no Kevlar and Inns, I don't think there's much they can do apart from just bleed out some more utility, maybe try and find a gun. But almost zero chance of converting this one.
What an emotional roller coaster for FlyQuest if this doesn't go their way. What's the equivalent here, Henry? You find a lottery ticket on the like a winning ticket, and then it starts raining and it washes out the ticket before you get home. Something like that. You're like, oh no.
Something like that. I don't think it's quite as bad as fumbling the lottery, but yes, I know what you mean.
I just can't believe it. Oh, they had it. Like, they truly had it, right?
I mean, yeah, when you had the opening frag, on, there's 3 players without even Kevlar and just 5-7s, and it can just be one shot in Counter-Strike. That one missed AWP shot on Robs where he found the bomb. Like, it was just a series of calamities at that point. If you missed a shot, then he takes down the C4, everyone can rotate. You know they've got no time. Where can they go? Because you've locked down ramp. You've already got that. You know the bomb's down with, like, what, sub 1 minute on the clock. You lock them in towards upper. Frozen's there with his rifle. It was certainly unfortunate, but yeah, that's what it can come down to. These granular kind of moments where it all falls apart with one missed shot.
A tough position to be in now.
And the moment happened on Anubis as well. They were 8-4 up.
No.
On the CT side, a kind of unheard of lead on your opponent's pick, especially against FaZe. Like, it's fresh off the player break. They're not looking their best. You win the pistol in the second half. You're up 9-4. Fantastic. And then against the 4 spy in the second round, that's when you let them back in. The pistols do you over. And, yeah, we find ourselves in a very similar scene here in the dying stages of Nuke. 10-9. FaZe Clan dictating the pace now. They've got all the money you could ask for. Brokey on the AWP. Rattles off a shot.
Still a high time, isn't it? You have to keep this battle up. You've come so far. Just try emotionally to forget about that awful round and move on. And the best way to do that is admittedly start winning more rounds. That's how you get back on track here. 10-9. 1 round difference, ladies and gentlemen. Backside and Ints. We talked a lot about Ints. We were missing him a little bit on the first map, but you know what? He's certainly here now with 17 kills. Vexside still continuing to play very well across both the maps. So that's impressive. See, some Molotovs are being primed on that T roof, so they can put a little bit of pressure on there. Dexter get the kill down below. It might just force a rotation coming out of the CT side. Roki not quite sure where to go. Gonna go check the yard instead, and we're down to 50 seconds, and it looks like they're gonna end up crunching that B bomb site from the ramp, assuming they can make their way through. Mr. Rops himself, he's good for a couple of kills. One there. Brokey will take up Alistair, and the entire arm of this attack has been slowed down. Dexter was waiting on this other side, saying, hey, you need to come help me.
Well, yeah, the bomb's down in towards the ramp now. They've got 30 seconds on the clock. Rain, so smart, so well positioned. We'll find the penultimate kill and presumably take the round. It's going to be FaZe tying things up. And with no plant, I don't think there's much FlyQuest can do in the next round either. They'll have loss bonus, but how much? I'm not so sure. But yeah, that's a real rough one again. Nothing really found. Robs shuts them down with a double kill. Buys enough time for Brokey to rotate in, who takes down the C4 hold up. Inns will at least find a kill, but that's about it. Yeah, the loss bonus not too great. They get $2,900 into this next round, so that's barely even partial buy territory. We're talking like Tech 9 and some body armor. That's about it.
Yeah, not really what they're looking for at the moment here. Oh, it's even more dreadful because it's kind of happening slowly, step by step. Like, they're getting consumed by FaZe. They're stuck in the quicksand for a minute here. And it doesn't feel like they're going to make their way out. 10-10. The scoreline is tied up, and FaZe clawing their way back into the game. Carrigan gets a couple of kills there. Oh no, and Liad's get himself go. What's going on?
I don't even know what happened there. Did he grenade himself or run into a Molotov? I actually don't know. Or he maybe fell off the silo.
Yeah, he might have. It all happened at the same time. It was too much.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened there. It doesn't really matter. That was the Rico. Carrigan, finding a couple of kills. Probably what he needs at this point. Like we said, he hasn't had the best showing. And the fact he gets just shuts his round down. Like, nice and easy. I have no idea when Leo's went down. I assume he was trying to drop in from main as his teammates were getting ready. He probably got spammed a little bit and then crated.
That would have been... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and guess something like that. Well, it's not getting any easier.
It was looking so good.
I know. It's so painful. Especially because I've got to say, you got to give it this to the Australian fans, right? They're super engaged with their teams. Like, they really do support them. But they are... they're going to have a hard time today. No question about it. Super winnable.
This is another
overtime on the
heartbreaker.
opening map.
Like, but to be fair, at least they showed up today. FlyQuest didn't get... Okay, there's not even over yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. But they got overtime in the first map. And they do lose this second one. This is still a great showing. They got FaZe on the ropes, sweating buckets. So,
Yes.
yeah. We'll see how this one unfolds. It's not looking good in the 5-on-4 right now, admittedly. But can they regroup, recalibrate this round? 1 minute remaining. Doesn't look great. They've got a lot to do towards outside. Rain in an aggressive position. I was about to say if they get him quickly, maybe there's a chance, but anything but. He's got the AK in his hands and confidence surging through his veins right now. Maybe oversteps the mark a little bit there, but Rob certainly doesn't. Nice shot towards the sideline to guarantee victory. And indeed, series point. FaZe will be up to 12. It's Inns in an enviable position now, as he just has to battle against multiple FaZe members. Carrigan with a slice of the action and closes things out to find series point Anders. They've done it. They've brought it right back.
Yes, they have. From what looked like it's an unwinnable position for FaZe there. Out of steam. But again, like they just do it every time. And we keep getting equally shocked every time we see it. They look flat. They look kind of like they're out of energy. And suddenly they bounce straight back into the game and they're competitive once again. So more misery coming the way of FlyQuest here. But I think you are right, though. In the grander scheme, it's a pretty cool result from FlyQuest. It's just... It could have been a shocking 2-0 in their favor.
Like, it's very easy for me to say, like, oh, don't lose to the Pistols and no Kevlar. But FaZe, like, those are the sort of rounds they're so good in. They're very chaotic. They're good at reading the mid-round situations. Either way, it looks like, wow, FlyQuest will keep themselves in this one for now. Like, they managed to recover the 12-10 deficit on Anubis. It looks like 12-11's locked in. Money's still very good on the CT side, so they essentially just want to hold on to the AK. That's like the main objective right now. They can even buy another AWP into the next round. Doesn't really matter too much. If anything, you might just want to throw it away if you're brokey so they can't pick it up.
Yeah, don't...
yeah, that's exactly what he's going for. See, like... So he gets rid of that. So, like, they will be blown up if they try and recover it down towards lower. Just because he can buy another one, they cannot. There's no point in trying to go for so many kills with that weapon. Robs, like I said... Oh, this is actually kind of spectacular. Their money's still not great. Like, that might cost a couple of players Galil's towards this final round here. Especially if they get... Oh, my God, dude. That's actually ridiculous he's done that, Anders. That might be enough. Because them losing 4 members there, they will have $3,500 per player by winning by virtue of explosion. The money was already pretty busted. Now, a few players got some kills in there, so there'll be some cash flying around. But a couple of concessions might have to be made. It could be Galil's. Yeah, there it is. So 2 Galil's for Inns and Vexite. So those kills from Rops are absolutely monumental.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating. You had a chance to come in here a little bit better equipped, but Rops out hunting. He's got 22 kills. That's pretty impressive for still playing in regulation here at MR 12. Now let's see how this plays out. We already had overtime with the first one. We've already promised you, Henry and I casting, there is going to be a lot of overtimes, so maybe we could get some more here. It comes down to the opening. A sick flash setup. It's a classic. Peeking out of secret is Rain. Rookie, the one to set it up, and he just escapes down there. Actually comes back for more. He's done a lot of damage, but Lies will get him in return. A critical, important return there. 4 versus 4. Even if he's low, they had to get rid of Rain.
You could see Rain contemplating this peak. He's like, I know this is probably not the right thing to do, but I just wanted to send this one home. You got to respect the nice incendiary to send them packing, but Liaz was ready for it. They've got a 4-on-4. Not much map control to speak of, though, I'm afraid. What are they going to set up? Potentially some sort of upper play with the Molotovs. They can smoke off towards Garage, I suppose. Frozen, the Danger Man, still alive and well. Smoke's going down. And they've got that frag towards Secret, so this will have to be respected. Someone's going to have to rotate down towards lower eventually. No one there for now. And Inns comes creeping down the T ladder in towards lobby. So starting to second guess their setup. CTs will have to get some intel eventually, Anders. They will hit the footsteps down towards lower, and this is the chance for Inns to strike, and wow, he does so in fantastic style.
Well, there we go. Grenade right down. I can't believe Leas is still alive after that, but it doesn't matter. On the crossfire, it's Brokey, and Robs will pick it up. A huge double, and that's enough. FaZe win to time alone. 13 rounds to the 11 of FlyQuest. They've done the job. FlyQuest won better last time on Nuke, and still a great display overall in the day, but you've got to be honest. They could have won this game. They could have won it 2-0 in their own favor.
They absolutely could have done. That wasn't the cleanest game from FaZe.